Hello there, welcome back to another episode of Darth Marshall Builds here on Midland Earth with me, Lewis Marshall. Today we're going to be doing a set review. This time we're going to be taking a look at one of the Lego Star Wars sets that I've got in my collection. That set being number 75399, which is the Rebel U-Wing Starfighter from this year's 2005 Lego Star Wars range. This is based on the U-Wing Starfighter that Cassian Andor has. You'll see that in the end of Series 2 of the Andor series and features quite prominently in the film Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. The set itself has 594 pieces and is priced at $59.99, but you can probably potentially find that on sale at certain points of the year on the likes of Amazon, or if you're here in the UK, B&M's, Smith Toys, etc. So this is a redesigned set based on the original U-Wing Starfighter that came out back in 2016 to tie in with the cinema release of Rogue One: A Star Wars Story. That set had a slightly higher piece count and an additional minifigure. To buy that particular set now, I did some research on this and had a look on Amazon earlier. That would set you back now £359.99. I'm not too sure if that seller was having it as secondhand or if that was a mint intact box unopened. But you can see exactly how the price has skyrocketed on a set from 10 years ago. And obviously this is now Lego's redesign of that particular set. But back to this particular set. Contains 4 minifigures which are based on Andor Series 2. You obviously get Cassian Andor. You get K2SO. You then get Imperial Security Bureau agent Dedra Miro and an IBS tactical agent as well. The build itself, it's a fairly good build. It's not too technical. It's quite an easy build to do. The build allows room for you to fit one minifigure into the cockpit, while you would be able to squeeze potentially the other 3 into the hold of the starship itself. As I say, it's a straightforward build. There were a handful of stickers that did need to be applied, a few detailings on the wing, and then obviously the sort of the console within the cockpit itself, but not too many. So about 3 or 4 overall through that. It's got some nice play features included, which revolve around the operational wings, which open and close into attack formation or obviously standard flight and hyperspace, as well as opening doors in terms of around the hull. There are 3 doors that open up, and then there's obviously the cockpit feature itself, and then there are also 2 firing torpedo launchers at the front of the ship. The design of the U-Wing is fairly close to what you see in the films and the TV series. As mentioned, it is downscaled ever so slightly in terms of the cockpit. You can only fit 1 minifigure in there, whereas obviously in the film and the TV series you see Cassian and K2 set up there together. So in terms of being able to recreate those, you're going to have to just pick one or the other. But the design is fairly accurate. The colouring is good on the ship. Obviously most Star Wars Lego ships are predominantly going to be grey or black, depending on obviously what you're looking at. If it's TIE Fighters and things like, you're looking at more dark greys and blacks. Millennium Falcons are very grey, Star Destroyers grey. So this one has got a little bit more in terms of the additional colouring from the white, the blues and the yellows, specifically on the wings and the engine. So it's quite nice to just get a little bit of additional colouring in the detailing there. But yeah, it's a very nice build. Got some details at the front with the blaster cannons as well. Nice detailing around the engines for the ship. So it does accurately represent the U-Wing fighter from the films and the TV series. As a side note, this is actually one of the ships that I would like to see Lego turn into one of their UCS versions. Obviously, we've had 2 X-Wings now. We've obviously got the Millennium Falcon. We've got a couple of TIE Fighters, AT-AT, Death Star, obviously. And I get the feeling that eventually they're going to recycle through those again. Obviously, we've already had 3 UCS Death Stars, so it'd be nice if Lego could look at some alternative ships from the Star Wars universe for their Ultimate Collector series, and I think that the U-Wing would be quite a nice one to do. Can't see Lego doing that anytime soon though, but it's certainly one that I would look to put forward for that, because I think they can get some really nice detailing in there, especially if you were to base it around Rogue One, a Star Wars story. You'd be able to get a decent set of minifigures with that as well. You could look at obviously Cassian and K2, put Jin Erso in there, and the rest of the crew from that particular film. They look quite nice as a display piece. As for the minifigures, obviously, as I say, you get Cassian Andor, K2SO, Dedra Miro, and an IBS tactical agent. Cassian, as you can see, is wearing the outfit that he's wearing towards the end of Andor Series 2. Comes with a dual printed face, so you've got sort of his typical smirking look, and then a serious look as well as the alternative. And it comes with a blaster accessory. K2SO is quite a nicely detailed torso and head. As you can see, that it's got the Imperial logo printed on the shoulders, and then comes with the standard arms and legs that you get for sort of battle droids and such from the rest of the Lego sets. As for the IBS tactical agent, there's some good detailing on the torso for this particular minifigure, as well as the legs. You get a sort of single printed face, and then he comes with obviously the standard Imperial sort of naval hat, a blaster, as well as a riot shield. But the figure that I think is the best figure within this set and the standout figure is Dedra Miro. Again, it's great printing throughout in terms of the torso and the legs. She does come with a dual printed face, so you've got sort of a generic smile and then her looking really, really angry. She does throughout most of the series, if I'm honest. And then there's a nice dual molded hat/hair piece as well, so it molds quite well from the black Imperial hat into obviously her blonde hair in a bun at the back. So then that works really well. Overall, this is a fairly nice set. Sadly, I don't have the original to be able to compare it against for you. And for those of you that want a U-Wing in your collection, then this is certainly one that's worth picking up before it retires. For the price, it's not bad. As I say, $59.99 is what it's retailing for. I think I got it slightly cheaper. Possibly it may have been on offer at Smith Toys when I picked it up. So it's always worth having a look around. As I say, Smith Toys, B&M's, Amazon, other retailers do quite like having a bit of a sale. They rotate round on sort of the Star Wars Lego that's on sale, because it can also be quite pricey. So it's worth having a look. It's not bad for a re-release, and it does obviously come with the two exclusive figures in terms of Dedra Miro and the IBS Tactical Agent, so certainly worth picking those up, as I say, especially if you want to get this set, if you haven't gone out and bought the original one and you don't want to pay over the odds, as mentioned earlier in the episode, for the original one, whether that's secondhand or mint condition in box. But yeah, let me know what you think. Have you got the U-Wing Starfighter? Which version have you got? Have you got the original version? Have you got the new version? Have you got them both? Let me know in the comments. And we'll look to speak to you again soon. Thank you very much for watching. Bye for now.